Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Value Added and Phone Productivity. Today we'll be talking about graphic design, how you can get your designs, your basic designs job done. Like if you need to design a logo, you need to design, let's say, a simple advert that will be projected on social media, and so much more. Letterhead paper, greeting cards, wedding cards, whatever it is you want to design. If you know your onions, you can get it done on your phone. So we'll be using the app Canva. There are so many other apps that can be used like Pixel app. So today we'll be focusing on Canva. So let's dive in. We'll go to Canva, make sure your data is on, and make sure you've signed up with them already. So and you have an account with them. So you click on Canva. Waiting for it to launch. Okay, it says welcome. I've registered already. So once you're on the main page, now you observe these three tabs down here: the home, the design, and the menu. Meanwhile, where we are is the home, and there are two ways you can get your designs done using Canva. The first way is by starting your design from the scratch. The second way is by editing the template. So they've really made the whole thing very easy for you to do. Having understood the psychology of color and all of that, so that will inform the way you are going to do your design on Canva. Let's say, for example, I want to design an advert that will go on social media. So now when you're talking about advert that will go on social media, it's going to be in various sizes, and you have different categories and purpose. Let's say an advert that you'll be posting on your stories, your status. Now you might be looking at something like this. You understand? You might be looking at something like this. But for an advert that will be going on, maybe that you'll be putting on your DP and the like, you might be looking at something like this, something that is square in shape. So you can also do animated designs too, with little of motion, just like what you have here and you have here. And majority of these things, you can use them. Anyone you see that you can see this free attached to it, then you can actually edit and you design it to your taste. Now let me just pick one of these and edit now so that you see. Let's see. I want to emphasize something here. See, if you choose a particular design and there's something that is missing, let's say, look at this design for example. Now it's all about pictures and background design, no single text in this particular design. Let's say you are cool with the design already. All you want to do is to add some text. All you have to do is to press the plus button here. So just press it, and it takes you to whatever. Plus now shows you whatever it is you want to add, which ranges from pictures, photos. If you click on photos now, for example, it takes you to some default photos that are made available for you, even in your Canva. This is another way to go about getting high resolution pictures, aside from the ones I told you about when I was mentioning websites like Unsplash. So you have stuff like this you can pick from. Most of them are free. Can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see that? Not very sharp, but this is not too bad. But you can get very high resolution ones if you actually subscribe to their paid version. You understand? So aside from photos too, you can decide to upload yours. If you click on these uploads, you see, you can decide to upload photos from your phone. Look at my picture. Can you see that picture that I used to do the advert to this group now? You can see. Can you see this? Can you see this picture? This is the original picture. When I was telling you about removing background, I removed this particular background using the website remove.bg. Do you understand? So these pictures were actually downloaded from my phone. So if there's any new picture you want to download, all you have to do is to click here. Can you see? You click here. So, and it takes you to your phone gallery or your file manager, as the case may be. You see, if what you are looking for is not actually here, you can decide to just click on this place to see more options. So I'm going to click on it. Can you see that? So you can just go with any option that you are convenient with. You understand? If you want to go directly to your gallery, you go here. If there's a particular place that the thing is saved, it depends on how you understand to use your phone. So in this case, I'm going straight to gallery. So loading. So I can decide to take any of the pictures just to test with. Okay. Let's see, I still want to go with this picture. So you wait, once you click on, you wait for it to upload. Can you see that it's uploading? So uploaded, so you can now click on it and to go to your design. Can you see that? So this is just as an example. So you can just move it around to wherever it is that you want to place it. And look at, I intentionally didn't use my picture that has the background removed for you to see something. Can you see that this picture I've just uploaded, can you see that the background, the white background is showing and it's overlapping on top of this phone, that is here? Can you see that? So how can I still do something meaningful out of it? How about if I can get this picture, this white background, to go behind the phone? Like, what I mean is, how about if I can get this white background that is attached to this picture to go behind this phone? So I'll do just that now. So you can do that by doing this. It's either you bring this phone forward, or you take this one backward. You understand? So in this case, let me just take this one backward, and look at the magic now. You click on it. I've clicked on it and it has selected it. So all you do is to just scroll down. Can you see this tab here? So you can just scroll. You can just click on it. You don't really, not like clicking. You just touch it and you start scrolling to the right and left. So what I need to do, where I'm going to is this position. I'm going to position. So I click on position. So it tells me, can you see the option backward? I can use backward. I can use to back already. So let me try backward. So the more you press it, it goes back layer by layer. Can you see it now? Can you see the effect? Let me bring it forward again for you to see. Can you see it's back forward now? So if I click on backward once, it goes behind this, but still, can you see it goes behind this, but it's still covering this. If you observe very well, but it's still covering this circular background that is behind the phone picture. So now to take it backward again, you just click on backward one more time. Can you see the effect now? So this one now has come forward now. The circular one now has come forward. So it now depends on what you want to achieve. So, and if you look at it very well now, it makes better sense the way it is now than it was when you first brought in the picture. So if peradventure you want to add picture and text, you can just click on the plus like I said. So rather than going to upload photos, let me talk about, you just click on the text. Can you see text? You click on text, so it gives you so many options. Add the heading, add the subheading, add a little bit of body text. Just, it depends on your creativity, depends on what you want to achieve. In this case, let me just click on add a heading. I can always use any of them for whatever it is on. You can see. So you just type, let's say I want to type, your keyboard will appear. I want to type soft skills. Can you see that? So this is color black already. How about if I change that color black to the color of this one, to the color of this circle here, to the color of this circle behind, just to give it more meaning. So let me do that. I'll just click on the word soft skill again. Then I'll go back to this part and scroll to this point where you have colors. So I'll click on the color, and can you see which of the color is rhyming, which of the colors here is rhyming with this? You can see this is the color that is rhyming with it. So all I have to do is just to click on it, and can you see it's in line? And does it, if you observe it, you see it's making more sense now than when it was black. So it now depends on your level of creativity. It depends on what you have planned for your design. So if you need more colors, this is the color wheel. In this context here, this is the color wheel. So just click on this to access as many colors as you want. You can just play around. You can see you can get as many colors as you want. Can you see? As many colors as you want. You can come here. You can still play around with this. Whatever it is you click here will have an effect on this part. So just play around. If I'm going green, if I'm going yellow, so you can just, so that's that about that. If you want to add other, let me go back. If you want to add other parameters too, even that brown is not the exact brown with this as this one. So just do your finding, just play around this to get that. Okay, I changed it while I was walking around the color wheel. So if you want to add other parameters, just click on the plus again. Let's say let's go elements. Let's go to elements. These are where you get shapes. Let's say you want to add a box, a circle, like that circle you saw. If you want to create it from scratch by coming to shapes, elements here, where you go to shapes. So you can see, you can add different shapes. Can you see lines? Can you see lines? It's all about your creative juice. Can you see circle? Can you see square, triangle? Is this hexagon now? Hexagon. So if you want to see more, just click on this see all. Just click on the see all, and it will take you to where other shapes are. Can you see more shapes? Can you see more shapes? So to choose from, it depends on what you want to achieve. And anyone you decide to work with, let's go back again. Anyone you decide to work with, just, let's say I want to work with this triangle. I have it there in whatever color. Now if I decide I want to change it to the, blue now is more like an outcast in this situation now. It's really outside the context of this color theme. So, or I can just, so all I can do is to click on this to change the color. So I click on this to change the color trend we've been coming up with. Can you see that? Or I can even say, okay, I love that blue. Let me change the whole story to blue. So all I will just do is, because of this blue, I love it. So let me change the whole story to blue. Click on this circle. Click on the color and change it to that blue. Can you see I'm changing the whole theme entirely now? Click on the font and scroll down to where the font is and change it to that blue. Can you see I'm changing it already? So all these shades of light browns here, I can just click on them. These ones, can you see? All this background stuff you're seeing here, they are together. So can you see, I can change the color to that same blue. Can you see? So now let me explain something here. This is interesting. You can see I clicked on the same blue here. I click on that same blue that is applicable to this place. But you might now ask the question, how come that this one looks lighter? How come that this one looks lighter than this one? So here is the answer. I will show you one secret here now. What happened here is this. You just, once you click on it, if you want to know the trick, you click on it, then you scroll down to the options here. Then what happened in this case is actually a gimmick of opacity. What is opacity? We're talking about the intensity of, like, how dark you want, how you can make it faint and make it sharper. That's all about opacity. And this is where you do the magic of opacity on Canva. Can you see that? So that's just the secret. Once I click on it, I can adjust the opacity. You can see it's getting to the same opacity, to the same depth with this one now. So that's just the magic that happened there. So this is a very fun to be with application. You can just play around it. Like if you click on this crop now, crop will enable you to cut off some part of an element. Let's see, simply by clicking and dragging. Okay, let me explain the crop with this picture I brought. Crop. So you can see the background part, I've removed it by using the crop. That's just it. So replace too. Let's say this particular picture, I want to change it to another picture. I can just change it by clicking on replace. You can see it has taken me back here. I can replace it with let's say this other picture. Can you see that? So you can just play around and achieve as much as you want to achieve using your Canva. Thank you very much.